have a seat. You'll be fine.
You want us to sit up here? Okay.
Unless it kicks me out again.
Lindsay, you can sit up here.
Hey, you there? You have witnesses, Willis and Bell. She was waiting. Until then, all right, well, go ahead and turn the record on. No. All right, it's time for us to begin our preliminary examination docket. The lawyers have been busy through the morning and through the lunch hour. We've resolved a couple of cases and we've got a couple that we're going to have a hearing on. First matter is People versus Lindsay Reve Willis. The file number is 26749FY. Ms. Willis had represented on every previous occasion that she was going to retain Anastasia Marcoux as her counsel of record. She has done that. Mr. Bush has signed a substitution of attorney and Ms. Willis is here. I do not believe she owes any money or has any unpaid fines and costs. And she has executed a written waiver of preliminary examination. Is that correct, Ms. Willis?
Yes.
All right. The matter will be set for a status conference in circuit court. I don't know when that will be, sometime later this summer. This preserves your right to continue to negotiate a potential settlement of this matter or have a trial if you wish to. You've made every court appearance and I want you to continue to do that. Conditions of your bond remain in effect. You still live here in Centerville?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Marcoux, anything else we should add here?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Willis, you're good to go.
Thank you.
Why'd you wait up the hallway and up and talk to you again?
Mr. Butts, why don't you come up and have a seat? Well, it is warm up here. It's sunny out, about 80 degrees. The air conditioning is working, but still a little warm, but we'll be all right. Good afternoon, Mr. Butts.
Good afternoon, Judge Middleton.
This is file number 26704FY, People versus Frank Leonard Butts. Mr. Butts is charged with resisting and obstructing a police officer, 3 counts of assault and battery as a habitual offender. Resisting and obstructing a police officer in and of itself is a felony. It's punishable by up to 2 years in prison and a fine of up to $2,000. He's charged as the 4th habitual offender, which I think would make it a 15-year maximum.
Yes, sir, it does.
What's that?
It does.
All right. And a 3 counts of assault and battery. Mr. Gary Gabriel is here, the chief assistant from the prosecutor's office, as well as your lawyer, Mr. John Bush. I was advised just a moment ago that you're going to enter a plea to a misdemeanor charge of attempting to resist or obstruct a police officer. That's punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. And 1 count of assault and battery. Assault and battery is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Mr. Gabriel, you confirm the plea offer?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Bush?
That is the accurate plea offer, Your Honor.
Mr. Butts, are you going to enter a plea to those 2 misdemeanor charges?
Yeah, I'd like to explain myself.
Well,
first.
once I'll take your plea, I'll let you tell me a little more.
Okay, yeah, we'll interview.
Now I know a little bit about this because I read the bond information sheet,
Yeah.
but. So let's talk about this. By entering the plea to these misdemeanors, the felony and the supplemental portion are all gonna go away. But you will be giving up your right to have a trial. I know you know all this, but I need to tell you
I know,
this.
you got to state it on the record.
Yes. There will be no trial if you enter this plea. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by a lawyer. Mr. Bush has been appointed to represent you. You could also hire a lawyer of your own choosing if you wish. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court so they could be questioned under oath. You would have the right to take the witness stand on your own behalf and testify, but you don't have to, because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury could not hold your silence against you. And you have the right to be presumed innocent unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, give me a minute to make my note here. I'm not gonna do the sentence today because I want to get some more information. But all right, this started, you live kind of on a cul-de-sac, dead end kind of thing, don't you, on Lakeshore Drive?
Yeah,
And the neighbor kids were driving four-wheelers up and down the road, is that correct?
yeah, and this wasn't the only occasion. It's been going on for, well, see, I got woke up about 1 something in the morning. I believe it was the 17th.
All right, well, let's just stick to this date. Right now, this is April 19th.
Yeah,
All right, and because of that, you got agitated, is that
I
correct?
got really agitated. Yes, I did.
All right, so, did you pick up a shovel?
Well, the first time when he went through the road, when he went through my yard, I said, okay, this is enough. Going up and down the road, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, something different, but they're running on my yard now. So I grabbed my shovel and I walked out to the end of my driveway, standing on my property. And this time when he went by, he went down to the end of the road to turn around. And he seen me,
What time of day or night was this?
excuse me?
What time was this?
This was about 2:30 in the afternoon.
All right,
I couldn't do anything about them running them down the road during the day, but it was, at night was agitating me, and it had been going on for a week. And so when he ran across my yard, I thought, okay, now I got to do something about it. And I know I have the right to protect my property. So I grabbed the shovel and I went out there and stood. When he turned around, he seen me standing there with a shovel. The quad runner stalled out. He got off. I started yelling at him. You want to come up here and run through my yard again? But the shovel was still in my hand. It was on the ground. And he got off and he started backing out, took his helmet off, and I could see who it was, a young kid. And
how young?
He 10 years old. But I couldn't tell with the helmet on. So when he took the helmet off, then I could see how old he was. And he was backing away saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. He took off and went the other way. So I know I did scare him, and I am guilty of an assault.
All right, you had a shovel in your hand.
I had a shovel in my hand,
All right,
but I didn't
then
threaten
the
him with it.
cops get there and it goes downhill from there.
Yeah,
So, tell me about that.
okay. I started screaming and yelling at him, and his parents came down. And she said, well, he's only 10 years old. And I said, yeah, but he's your responsibility. How you're not being responsible for these kids. You're not even being responsible for yourself. They can't take care of your house.
Now, they're driving these up and down a public roadway, is that correct?
Well, it's a private road, and it creates a lot of dust. They do it at 2:30 in the morning,
All right, but so.
deliberately.
Anyway, it's a roadway where
Yeah.
people drive.
Yeah.
I got to figure out whether
It's a private drive.
All right.
Yeah.
So the cops got there, you're all cranked up. Now, something I was disappointed to see, it said you smelled of intoxicants.
I was pretty intoxicated that day.
All
Yes, I
right,
was.
I thought you'd quit drinking
I did. I don't drink very often, but when I do, I go over the top.
and end up in jail.
No, hopefully not yet. I
Well,
haven't
you
yet.
did that night. So anyway, so the cop got there and then tell me about that.
Yeah, they got there and they came up to my front door, knocked on the door. And of course, I could see who it was. They said, "We'd like to talk to me." I said, "No, you don't want to talk to me." I opened the front door and she said, "Well, can you come out here and talk to me?" I said, "No, I'm not gonna come out. You can talk to me through the door." And then she said, "Well, at least tell us what's going on." "Well, I'll show you." So I walked out the back door and I showed them where they're going across my yard. And they say it's an easement, but in town, it's a terrace and the homeowner is responsible for the terrace. If you don't, you get a ticket. So I mean, I'm responsible for that. As long as I'm responsible for that, it's my property.
All right, so you were agitated. I may have to go out there and actually look at the lay of the land here, because if this was a public road, 10-year-old kid can't legally drive a.
It's a private road, but they do drive on the public road, on the paved road. They have been driving.
Well,
on
they
it.
can't, it's not lawful for.
I know, they
10-year-old
moved
to do
2
that.
blocks down the street. My sister here is buying their property, the one that they
So
abandoned.
I'm assuming you're not the only one that's agitated by this.
Everybody in that neighborhood out there, they're a menace.
All right, well, we'll try to explore it further. But anyway, you were disrespectful to the cops. Eventually, you lost your temper.
Yeah, and I apologize for that.
All right.
If I hadn't been so intoxicated, it might not ever happen.
I don't disagree with that. They tried to put the gotchas on you and you pulled away. And
I don't see that in the video, but they did tell me that I needed to stop. I couldn't go in the house.
and then you walked back toward the
Yeah, and
house.
then he told me I was under arrest and grabbed a hold of me.
All right, maybe I need to watch the video. So I need victim input. Police report.
So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I did hinder their investigation.
We can do the rest of it.
Okay, okay.
You're good.
All right, I'm satisfied, Mr. Gabriel, with a factual basis for.
I am too, Your Honor. There is a factual basis, Your Honor.
All right. All right, Mr. Butts, like I said, you used to be in here a lot, and then I haven't seen you in years, and you
Yep.
got sober, and you're trying to stay out of
I
that.
own my own property now. I'm being a responsible individual. And as far as I'm concerned, I was doing everybody a favor out there that day.
Well, I don't know about that, but we'll find out. Let's pick a date where we can put this for sentence. You, Mr. Bush, and I are all about the same age. And I think Mr. Bush probably represented you in the past time or two. And I'll say, we're getting too old for this.
Yes, I am. I really am. I'm getting too familiar with it too.
We'll stop doing it.
I'm not your normal layperson anymore.
No, how about Monday, July 6th at 10:30? Does that work for you, John?
Hi, Andrea. Am I free on July 6th? At what time?
10:30.
10:30 in the morning? Mhm. I know I was, I didn't know if you'd scheduled or anything, but, well, that's good. Okay, thank you. That's just fine, Your Honor.
That works? All right, Mr. Butts, we'll set this for Monday, July 6th at 10:30. You'll get a notice, stay in contact with your lawyer.
Does he need to meet with the probation office?
No, I'm not asking for a pre-sentence.
Okay.
I'm gonna get the police report, take a look at the video. I may even go out there and eyeball this part of Lake
I've
Shore.
got some photos and some videos too, but I don't know how to get them on.
Well, share those with your lawyer.
Just, huh?
Share those with Mr. Bush.
Okay, yeah, I have already, but he's saying we need to make copies of it. I don't know how to do it.
Well, if you come in, my secretary is kind of magical with those
Okay,
things, so
okay.
if you get there. I'm sure
She's a
she-
magician. Huh?
All right, Mr. Butts, you're good to go. I'll see you on July
All right,
6th
this
at
is sent
10:30.
on July 6th. Thanks, sir.
All right, that leaves Weinberg and our joint prelim. You're doing the joint prelim, Gary?
I didn't know I was running the phone.
We'll stop the live feed while we line up our next case.